Hey bro, we got a new headphones from TrueFree and this is called the HF10 headphones. It is around $40 and today we're going to see if it's really worth it. As per usual, we'll check its physical overview, test its features and more. We'll tell you everything you need to know coming up. So what do we get inside the box? The HF10 headphones, a TRS 3.5mm jack cable around 4 feet, USB-A to USB-C cable for charging, and some documentations. Now let's check out some physical overview. So the headset is made entirely out of plastic with a matte black finish. It does feel a bit cheap on hand, but on the plus side, it doesn't attract fingerprints. The ear cups comes with a tilt and swivel mechanism, helping it adjust to your head. The ear cushions and the headbands uses a leather-like material. These are the type of material that peels over time, which I'm not really a fan of. The headband is adjustable with distinguishable clicks and has metal reinforcement inside, which adds a bit of durability. For the inline controls, you can just check this out and pause the video. Well, I guess that's all for its physical overview. Now let's check out its features. Starting with the audio, the headset is equipped with 40mm dynamic drivers, giving you deep bass, clear vocals, and overall balanced sound, though we will have to test this out if it's really true. For noise control, it comes with a hybrid active noise cancellation that can black out large amount of background noise, plus a transparency mode so you can still hear your surroundings when needed. For calls, it uses 4 microphone setup with environmental noise cancellation, helping you to keep your voice clear even in noisy environments. Battery life is one of the strongest features of these headphones because it comes with a 1000 mAh battery and supports fast charging too. For connectivity, it uses Bluetooth 6.0 with multi-point pairing, so you can connect 2 devices at the same time and switch in between them easily. And lastly, it has its own app, where you can customize the EQ and tweak some of the headset settings based on your own preference. Well, that's what we're going to check out next, so let's check out the app. On the main page, you can immediately see the headset's battery level, and just below that are the ANC modes, where you can switch between normal, noise reduction, and transparency. There are also different noise reduction types available, so you can just pick whichever works for your environment. Next is the headphone functions, where you can enable game mode for low latency. You also get few extra settings here that you can tweak depending on your preference. Moving on to the EQ, there are several presets options, and they all work fine, but there is a slight delay before the changes actually apply to the headphones. There is also a custom EQ under my sound settings, but I noticed the same delay issue in this option. It is a bit frustrating to use, so honestly I just use one of the preset and just be done with it. Lastly, there is a hearing feature where the app tries to tune the EQ based on your hearing. Personally, I didn't like the result and I feel like the feature needs a lot of improvement. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the app. Now let's move on and check out the sound quality. Okay, so that doesn't sound like that in real life, but this is just to give you an idea. So using the Bluetooth in standard mode, the mids feels a bit lacking, maybe around plus 2 decibel. I know you can fix this in the custom EQ, but honestly, I suggest using the rock or the electronic preset since those already sound good. When using the 3.5mm jack cable, where there is no app or customizable EQ, the bass sounds heavy in a good way, but at the same time, it still lacks a bit of mids, while the highs remains very clear. So for the overall sound quality, I'd rate this an 8.2 out of 10. So this is the sound of the built-in microphone of this headset connected to my iPhone without post-processing. Check 1 2 3 4, sound check, mic test 1 2 3 4. And in comparison, this is the sound of the built-in microphone of this iPhone. Check 1 2 3 4, sound check, mic test 1 2 3 4. And yes, that is the built-in microphone sound quality of this headset. So the microphone noise cancellation is too aggressive, to the point that sometimes it cuts off words. I don't really like it, so for the microphone quality, I'd rate this a 6.2 out of 10. For comfort, the ear cushions are comfortable, and the tilt and swivel mechanism really helps with the fit, but needs a bit more clamping force because this headset feels a bit loose. For comfort, I'll give this a 7.3 out of 10. Now for the build quality, the overall build feels a bit cheap on hand, but it still seems like it can last for a long time. So let's give the build quality a 7 out of 10. For latency, with the game mode turned off, the delay is about 0.5 seconds. Turning it on, the game mode reduces it to around 0.3 seconds. So for the latency performance, let's give this an 8 out of 10. Now let's move into the conclusion and let's talk about the good and the bad about this headset. Let's start with the things that needs improvement. First, you need to register before you can even use the app, and honestly, I'm not a fan of this. I really miss the days when we could just open the app and start using the features right away. Second, the overall app experience is not good in my opinion, especially for those delayed applications for the preset and customizable EQ. And lastly, the microphone quality isn't that great, mainly because of the noise cancellation is too aggressive and ends up cutting off parts of your voice. On the brighter side, using the headphones without the app actually sounds better. But if you do plan to use the app, I suggest sticking with the electronic or rock preset. I also like the ANC features. They work very well and you can easily switch modes on the fly and change it depending on your environment. So, would I recommend this? I'd say it really depends on what you're looking for. It does have some good features like a solid ANC and a decent sound out of the box, but the app experience and microphone performance might hold it back for some users. If you can overlook those downsides, it might still be worth considering. But if those things matters to you, you might want to check some other options. Anyway, if you're still interested and you want to have one for yourself, then check out the links on your screen or in the description. But if you think this is not for you, then check out the other headphone reviews we have on your screen. So that's it guys, this is Mac, thanks for watching and we'll see you all in the next one.